is going on? This it's gonna be on high probability order blocks. It's kind of crazy how I made this kind of what's it called? How I found this out. Shout out to my boy Turbo, he kind of put me on with this. Um, so when I was studying the month four, obviously the order block video. Let me show you guys. Um, ICT playlist. Let me show you guys some. So I think a lot of people, and especially
Cows
what
be
I
winning.
did, you probably go to the order block video and just watch it. I think there was something in there that a lot of people do like just do not remember and they do not like listen to. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. So with PD arrays, you really want to see a PD array form inside of a PD array. That's like one thing I'm starting to realize, and I know it sounds like, oh, you should always do that, but for like I'm gonna use this example on GBP JPY, and then I'm gonna use an example on Euro, and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. So an order block is not just it's not in the last down close or the last up close before the down move. Like it could hold price, right, acting as a mitigation, but it's not really your order block. So let me show you an example. So you see, okay, so obviously we have this high over here, right? So this is some obviously buy side liquidity. That's when you want to see your order blocks, or you see a fair value gap. That's when you want to see the change in the state of delivery. And that happened right here. The moment that this green candle formed and then these three like completely disrespected it, fuck the fair value gap. The moment it disrespected like this up close, this was the change in the state of delivery. And I'm gonna show you guys the trade that I took. So once these three candles just came down and destroyed that candle, this became the order block. And then after that, obviously, if you guys don't know the PDA rate matrix, this should be the propulsion block, right? So we have the change in the state of delivery with these three candles disrespecting it, but it's after it takes liquidity. So the old highs, old lows, and which are like liquidity pools, that's going to be another part of the PDA rate matrix, right? So once it changes the state in delivery, then it creates a propulsion block. So anytime you see an order block and it gets traded to, you want to see that next candle. So since we're bearish, we're going to see the next candle, the up close candle, become our propulsion, and it should not trade to like 50% of it. I mean, I think it came up here, and I think if we draw a little box like this, it barely even comes up to all the candles. So I think this is still acting like it's still acting like a propulsion block because it didn't even come up to the 50%. But it's not high probability, obviously, because of time. But let me just zoom in. But order blocks usually form right after hitting another area of support or resistance, which are like other PD arrays. So the old high, take it out, and then on the 5 minute, we have that change in the state of delivery of these three candles. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you an example of an order block before news, which worked on your USD. So I didn't take this, but this was like a news event. Obviously, you can see these down candles. I don't recommend doing that. But let me show you guys something. So actually, let me go to the 1 minute. That's where it was. So I'm obviously this looks like a breaker, right? But this should be the order block. I remember marking this out when it was happening too. You can ask anybody in my Discord. But when we came down, we hit all these sell side liquidity. I think there's another order block on the left with that it's coming off of. Actually, let me show you guys. Or it's a reclaimed order block, yeah. So it should be this wick. But you see how this took out this level of liquidity down here, and it ran down 10 pips. The moment this candle opened and created the change in the state delivery, down close candles are going to start acting as support. So this is our order block, and it's a reclaimed order block, right? So we already came up, and then we came right back down to it. You could say it swept liquidity, but I think this is a reclaimed order block, okay? But I want you guys to study, and I want you guys to see something. I'm gonna show you guys something in the fractal of this price. So that's a 15-minute reclaimed order block. I'm gonna go down to the 1 minute. So what I'm trying to get at is like order blocks don't just form everywhere. Like this isn't an order block, right? A lot of people on YouTube, they say, oh, the last candle before the up move, or the last down candle before the down move, or I mean, the last up candle before the down move, and the last down candle before the up move. Those aren't order blocks. It has to hit some type of PD array or support level. So if you're thinking that this is an order block, it's not. It's not an order block. It's not hitting nothing. It's just coming up, retracing to come right back down to these areas of support. So I'm gonna show you guys another thing. So these 4 candles are going to be the order block, right? I mean, you could say it's the breaker. You're going to be right instead, but the topic for today is order blocks. So we came down to this order block right here, right? But in that order block, we create another one. So this is an area of support. So these 4 candles, and once we explode past it, I know a lot of you guys are going to say it's a breaker, but I'm just showing you guys what order blocks are likely to look like. So we came down into the order block again, and then we come back up creating an order block. And then you can see that down close candles are getting supported until we meet time. And that comes up here until we get to the buy side liquidity, right? And then news we just drop. But I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand when it comes to order blocks. It's not always the down close. It's really, it has to hit a support, an area of support. That's what it has to do. So anytime you see an order block touch a rejection block, an order block, a fair value gap, see if you see that change in the state of delivery, right? Wait until you see that energetic like push in the opposite direction. That's going to be a change in the state of delivery right here. And you want to see energy, bro. You want to see energy when we're in that PD array. But that's pretty much all I have for today. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments. Discord is free, I guess. I'm not going to go over too much. You know, this is just everybody in here. We'll be vibing. We have a backtesting software. Awesome. Some other cool stuff. Our setups, we just be vibing in here. But if you're interested in that, you know, it'll be in the bio. But yeah, y'all have a good one. May God bless.